Hello guys, MikuChibi here and welcome to my SAO IF Ultimate Farming guide where I will guide you on how and where to farm or grind in the game. From where to farm crystal, coal, stones, to best way to farm XP and how to make your character stronger. All these guides and tips and tricks will not be in one video but in separate videos just to make sure the video doesn't get too long. For today's guide I will talk about skill materials. Materials that you need for your skill like jewels for skill transformation, record frames to level up your skill, and Niters to limit break your skill. For the start, I will begin with talking about record frames, followed up by jewels with record kit, and lastly Memoria Niters. So what is record frame? Record frame is a skill material that you need to level up your skill. There are three types of record frame: small, medium, and large, just like release crystals. Each type gives a different amount of XP level for your skill. For example, if we were to use record frame S, it will give you a small amount of XP, while if you were to use record frame L, it gives you more XP. Where can you farm these record frames? Well, for small record frames, they can be dropped from all mobs floor, including floor bosses, or you can also get them from a few sub-quests and board quests as a reward. It can be such as defeating Griffin with a black swordsman that gives you 20 small ones on board quest. Medium record frames, you can get them from sub-quests like Struggling of the Young Dark Elf Guard, which is on floor 9, map 2, Snowflake Forest. You can also get it from events that are permanent like Sword Art Online Alicization War of Underworld, the Knight and the Blacksmith's Quadrant Mani. It is also possible to produce the medium record frames in the production section, where you use 2 small record frames to craft 1 medium record frame. And I wouldn't recommend doing this because you will be wasting a lot of coal, and when you reach further into the game, you will consume a lot of coal in the future. Small and medium record frame is something you don't really need to focus on, since you will get them passively while you're grinding. So you just keep playing this game and focus on other things and you will end up with 9999 on both of them. Large record frame is the only item you need to focus on. They are easiest one to farm and they also are the one that gives the most EXP to your skills. You can obtain this by completing subquests such as Watch Out for the Old Dog on floor 40 map 2 or Men and Glass Should Be Tough, which is on floor 50 map 3. You can also get them by doing Labyrinth and clearing it, since they are in the Labyrinth score reward. There are old events and newer events that gives you large record frames as well. From completing certain tasks or reaching a certain score points up to event trade shop, where they usually have more than 100 in stock. There is also another event that appears every month, which is called Build Up Skill with Xenon, which is a dungeon that gives you materials for your skill records. There is a dungeon in the permanent event that I mentioned before. It gives you 2 large record frames every time you complete the dungeon, but I will rather recommend doing subquests while you're grinding for XP and weapon XP at the same time. And in my opinion, events are the one with the biggest resource to get from, so you should focus on events and try to get everything that you need in the trade exchange. Daily dungeon does also give you a lot of record frames daily, at least 15 record frames per day. Lastly, we also have monthly login, where you can get 30 large record per month. On week 1, it gives you 10 at day 5, and week 3 it gives you 20 at day 15. Now let's move on to the next skill material, jewels and record kit. Jewels and record kit are required to have to able to transform your skills to another star level. For example, 3-star skill transform to a 4-star and 4-star skill transform to a 5-star. For jewels, there are 4 different jewels: red, green, yellow and blue. The red one is for slash weapon skills, green for thrust weapon, yellow for blunt weapon and blue for passive skills. Then there is tier for jewels: high jewels and great jewels. The small jewels are mostly used for 1 to 3-star skills, high jewels for 4-star skills including the burst and the mold skills, and great jewels are used for awakening skills. Jewels aren't used for skill transformation but can also used to level up your awakening level. Here you can see what you need from level 1 to 5. Just be prepared when you try to level up the awakening levels because it will get more expensive every time you try to level up and fail, especially from level 4 to 5. Let's not forget about record kit, since it is also part of the skill transformation. Unlike other materials, record kit has only two types, small and medium. You need the small one for 1 to 2 star skills, and medium you need for 3 and 4 star skill. So where can you get these geodes in record kit? Let's start with the small geodes. These you can obtain as a drop from any floor boss, including floor boss on the board quest, and there are also some events that has them as a drop. You will also find them in the event shop, and if you are farming in Labyrinth, you will get them as a reward in the Labyrinth score rewards. For high geodes, they can be obtained at the same way as the small geodes, and for great geodes, you can obtain them by doing subquests on high floor, but they are only one-time reward. But you can also get them from trade events or scored rewards from events. Record kit S&M, you can get them the same way as geodes, used whenever you farm board quests to get armor stones, core metal or boss drop to make a cool avatar. You will get them as an extra drop. Let's not forget about the daily dungeon. In daily dungeon, there are 4 dungeons that you can farm on. If you need green geodes, there are dungeons for only greens, and if you need red geodes, there will be a dungeon with only red geodes. So a dungeon for each type of geode. Additionally, you will also get record kit and awakening fragment, which is pretty nice. There is also a trick on how to farm daily dungeon, which I will put in the link in the description so you can check it out. What about fishing? Well, fishing trade shop does have a small geode to get, but they are not really worth because it takes time to fish and also really expensive to exchange, used for the small geodes. That is why I recommend farming board quests whenever you want to get armor stones or other rare stuff. Last, we are going to talk about Memoria Niters. Niters is an item that you use to limit break a skill to increase the level and performance. There are 3 types of Niters, small, medium and large Niters. For 1 star skill, you need 10 small Niters. For 3 star skills, you need 50 small Niters, 25 medium Niters or 1 large Niters. And for 4 star skill, you need 100 small Niters, 50 medium Niters or 5 large Niters. You don't really need to care about 1 star skill since all of them aren't that really useful. And for 2-3 star skill record, you will limit break them, most of them when you are doing a multi or a rotation on a banner. If you're wondering on how and when to use your Niters, Ogrelink made a video about what skill you should spend your Niter on, which I will leave in his video in the description. So how do we obtain these Memoria Niters? Well, there are different ways to do it. The most common way to do it is by doing gacha, pulling on banners. Doing gacha, you will get Niters if you have more copies of a max limit break skill. What I mean by that is that when you have a, for example, max limit break 2 star skill and you get 1 more copy of that skill, that copy will turn into a Niter since the skill record can only be limit break 10 times. Like I mentioned before, 2 and 3 star skill record will be limit break when you do a multi or a rotation on a banner. Max limit break 2 star will give you 1 small Niters for every same copy you get. Max limit break 3 star skill will give you 1 medium for every same copy you get. And a max limit break 4 star skill will give you 1 large Niter for every same copy you get. If you don't want to spend your gems on the Niters, there are alternative ways to get them. If you clear Labyrinth on any floor, you'll be able to obtain medium and large Niters. For events, well, there are a lot of small Niters, but they require you to grind a lot of points because they are on the higher ups of the scoreboard reward list. We do have a trade shop where you can exchange for the Niters, which is called the Combat Medals Trade Exchange. But it's kind of expensive and you don't get that many combat medals from events, so you have to spend your medals wisely. You can also get Niters if you transform your skills, but you can only get them for every skill you transform. If you transform 1 star skill to 2 star, you'll get 10 large record frame. If you transform 2 star to 3 star, you'll get 5 small Niters. If you transform from 3 star to 4 star, you will get 5 medium Niters. And lastly, if you transform 4 star to 5 star, you'll get 1 large Niter. To summarize everything, do events so you get a lot of large record frames, farm higher floor bosses so you get jewels and record kit, and always do daily dungeon daily. And for Niters, you pull on free banners when they are appearing and clear Labyrinth as much as you can so you max the Labyrinth score reward. And that is the end of this guide. I hope this video helped you and you learned something from it. Please leave a like on this video so other players can see this and share it to other players if they are struggling farming these skill materials. That is for me, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye!